Hello,
Hello.
Ellen. Hi.
How are you doing?
I think so far so good because now I'm at my home and I really miss my piano so badly. And yeah, I
Oh
play.
wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could miss
unexpected.
a musical instrument.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm good. Yeah. Very yeah, we're still in lockdown over here, so can't do much, but we can still go out and do shopping and
Yeah.
that's about it, really. So life is about a lot slower than what it used to be.
Yeah. So your son still have to have online class at home?
No, he actually goes to school. The schools
Well,
are open. They are open, yeah.
I
Um,
think that's a good news for a month.
yeah, I don't mind him being home. Actually, he's quite easy and he likes to entertain himself. Um, like he's playing with his Lego now. So he keeps himself busy, which is nice because a
It
lot of
is.
kids just keep on bothering you the entire time and saying, Mama, Mama.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
So have you been playing the piano your whole life?
Not really. I When I was young, I had a teacher who teach me piano, but after when I get into junior high school, I don't have any teacher to teach me how to play piano. So basically, basically, I'm self learning piano.
Okay. Wow. That's hard work.
No, actually, I feel really interesting. Yeah, I think playing piano make me feel really relaxed. Yeah,
Okay. I I learned a little bit of piano when I was at school, but I was very impatient. I wanted
yeah,
to know how to play like right now. I wanted to know everything like
yeah,
right now. I didn't want to practice and I didn't want to like struggle. I just wanted to know. So I learned how to play the flute. For some reason, I thought that was easier than the piano. Um, yeah, so I played that till after school, and then I've been now I don't do it anymore. um, but yeah, it is nice. It is a nice feeling to play a musical instrument.
yeah.
My son plays the guitar at school,
Wow.
so
What
I don't know how that's going.
so can you play any song like
I
birthday?
don't. Yes, he says it is like he says it's a song, but it doesn't sound right. So he's only just started a few months ago.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I think he's still learning where the notes are and how to read the music.
yeah,
So that shall be interesting because I mean I think it's really hard in the beginning if you don't know what you're doing. But I think the guitar is very different. It plays sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. The guitar is almost like the background music and not the lead, if I can say it like that. It's not like the actual song. It sort of plays in the background. I don't know. Am I making any sense?
it's fine. I quite understand that. Yeah,
Yeah. So when he plays the guitar, it doesn't sound like the song, but you have to sing the song. And then
yeah,
the guitar is like an accompaniment. What's the word? I don't know how to say it.
it's fine. Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah. So it's a bit hard, I think, anyway. Um, yeah. So does your sister also play?
Yeah. My sister, she can play piano and also like Chinese instruments. Chinese instrument. I think few people heard about Chinese instruments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no
So
idea what that is.
she can play a Chinese instrument called liu qing. It is a little bit like guitar, but it is like it is like a shape of a fruit. Yeah, it's like a shape of fruit, and also compared with guitar, you have to just like this. You have to I don't know how to say. Just you have to play it with your hand like this, and so
Okay.
yeah.
And they
So
don't have those instruments anywhere else in the world. Is it just there?
yeah, I think just here.
Oh, that's interesting. I never knew that. It's almost like if you do that, it's almost like the cello where you
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
hold and you like, yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Did you play any other instruments when you were at school?
yeah. When I was in elementary school, I also learned Chinese instruments. So
Okay.
both of us can play Chinese instrument and also piano. Just we really enjoy the moment we are playing instruments. Yeah. So the instrument that I played before is a little bit like the instrument that my sister played. It is it is called pipa, and it's also like the shape of a fruit in yeah in Asia, and the and the way how we played it, it is similar to the way that my sister played. Yeah.
Okay. And then do you guys play it for any like sort of occasions or is it just for fun?
Well, we actually, I think it is maybe like a yeah, we had a Chinese instrument club when we were in elementary school. So that's why we can play the Chinese instrument. So basically we have some competition and also some performance at school. Yeah.
Okay. And so can you play those instruments in a like a band, like together with other instruments, or is it
Yeah.
stand alone? Okay.
So yeah, we can also play this we can also solo playing and also play with a band.
Okay. Oh, that's really interesting. I think, yeah. I hope that my son is interested in music in the future. It's very different, you know, and so there's some people that don't read music or they don't understand how to read it or how to play instruments, and it's almost sad. But I think it's a very nice skill and like hobby or a passion that you can have. Um, and if you don't get some of that experience, you know, you're missing out.
Yeah.
I think. Do your parents play anything?
No, they can't play any, so that's why they want us to learn.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. My husband can't play anything either. He has no idea how to read music or yeah, anything. um, well, I just asked my son when he was younger if he was interested in anything. Um,
Yeah.
but at his school, they only offer you can only do the guitar or the piano or the violin.
Yeah.
Um, So maybe he'll still do piano, I think. But I'm not buying a piano. It's like, which piano do you guys have? It's like those massive grandstand ones or like the upright ones?
I'm not sure what kind it is, but I'm going to say it is like a real piano. Like you can see it in the concert. We have that kind at my home.
Let me see. Let me just share my screen. Can you see you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see.
So I think you get the upright piano, which is, it goes sort of like against the wall, like that.
No, it is
Okay.
different.
And then I think it's a grand piano. So these ones are very popular over here because if you've got a very small place where you live, they don't take up much space.
Yeah.
And then you've got, I think, these ones.
Yeah, it is kind of like this one.
Yeah. These ones are very big, or you can get really, really big ones. So I think, yeah, they're not
We have
very
enough place to have this one.
yeah, so they're not very popular here because they take up too much space. And if you move to a different house, it's very hard to move out of the house, like to get it through a doorway. It's like, yeah, it's really hard. So funny enough that we're speaking about music, you get different types of music that makes you feel different things. Because on our video today, it's about nostalgia. And so I've typed it in here already. Nostalgia, and then the other word is nostalgic.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of music that makes you feel nostalgic. It makes you like sort of remember things in the past, or it makes you kind of sad, but not really sad, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you get different types of music that make you feel different. So the one piece of music will make you feel really sad, and the other one will make you quite happy. And so this video is about nostalgia, which is quite cool. I get it a lot, actually. Do you understand the word?
Yes.
And do you feel it a lot or not so much?
I'm not sure if I am a really nostalgic person because like I had some dolls that I had when I was young and I just don't want to throw it away, like put it into the garbage can because it does have a lot of memories. Like why I got this doll because someone who might important in my life, he or she gave me this doll, and so I just don't want to throw it into the garbage can and thought my mom saying it just so my mom she thinks that it is a waste.
Yeah. I'm also
And
like that with some
yeah,
things.
and I know I still have some music cassettes at my home. Yeah, when I was young, I really liked to use music cassette, and I can show you it is like this.
Yeah, I still have them too.
Yeah.
Do you have something to play them on, like a cassette recorder still? Like a player?
Yeah. I had a CD player before, and it can play the cassette. Oh, I miss
Okay.
them so
I still have mine as well. Funny enough.
much.
But the the player that I used to use doesn't work anymore. I don't think anybody knows how to fix it. So, but it's sad that people don't use them anymore.
Yeah.
But that's
It is.
yeah. So with the things like dolls, we'd say that is of sentimental value. Yeah. So it'll be, so if I say sentimental value, that's, so your doll would have sentimental value. It wouldn't have like a monetary value. So you can't like put a price on it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so something that's sentimental can be absolutely worthless to somebody else. It like can be cost absolutely nothing, but it has a lot of like meaning to a person. I think that's, yeah, there's quite a few words for meaning actually. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, I think as I get older, I found that I'm less attached to things. But when I was maybe a teenager or in my 20s, I was very much attached to stuff. Like I struggle to throw away things that like my boyfriend had given me, or letters that friends wrote, birthday cards. I kept all my birthday cards, like from when I was little, like 5, in a box. And now I think it's a waste of space. So it's weird how your frame of mind changes when you get older. You start not like putting so much value in material things. Do you feel that you're getting that as well? Do you feel that as well?
Yeah.
As you get older? Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I think it gets worse when you get older. Oh, especially when you move, because I've moved I think I've moved 7 times in my life.
7 times.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so, yeah. A large number. Yeah.
Yes. So when I was younger, when I was a teenager, well, I was 18. I decided that I wanted to live alone, and that I was fighting with my parents so much that I didn't want to see them anymore every day. So like an angry teenager, I moved out, and I would go live on my own. Which was a very good thing, because I realized how difficult it is to live on your own and looking after yourself with food and getting around. But then as you move to all your different places, as you grow up, you start like realizing, okay, I don't need this and I don't need that, and I'm going to throw this away, I'm going to throw that away. So it just gets worse as you get older. So yeah, okay, let me play the video, because it's quite an interesting one. Let me just make this bigger.
In the late 17th century, a medical student named Johannes Hofer noticed a strange illness affecting Swiss mercenaries serving abroad. Its symptoms, including fatigue, insomnia, irregular heartbeat, indigestion, and fever, were so strong the soldiers often had to be discharged. As Hofer discovered, the cause was not some physical disturbance, but an intense yearning for their mountain homeland. He dubbed the condition nostalgia, from the Greek nostos for homecoming and algos for pain or longing. At first, nostalgia was considered a particularly Swiss affliction. Some doctors proposed that the constant sound of cowbells in the Alps caused trauma to the eardrums and brain. Commanders even forbade their soldiers from singing traditional Swiss songs for fear that they'd lead to desertion or suicide. But as migration increased worldwide, nostalgia was observed in various groups. It turned out that anyone separated from their native place for a long time was vulnerable to nostalgia. And by the early 20th century, professionals no longer viewed it as a neurological disease, but as a mental condition similar to depression. Psychologists of the time speculated that it represented difficulties letting go of childhood, or even a longing to return to one's fetal state. But over the next few decades, the understanding of nostalgia changed in two important ways. Its meaning expanded from indicating homesickness to a general longing for the past. And rather than an awful disease, it began to be seen as a poignant and pleasant experience. Perhaps the most famous example of this was captured by French author Marcel Proust. He described how tasting a Madeleine cake he had not eaten since childhood triggered a cascade of warm and powerful sensory associations. So what caused such a major reversal in our view of nostalgia? Part of it has to do with science. Psychology shifted away from pure theory and towards more careful and systematic empirical observation. So professionals realized that many of the negative symptoms may have been simply correlated with nostalgia rather than caused by it. And in fact, despite being a complex emotional state that can include feelings of loss and sadness, nostalgia doesn't generally put people in a negative mood. Instead, by allowing individuals to remember personally meaningful and rewarding experiences they shared with others, nostalgia can boost psychological well-being. Studies have shown that inducing nostalgia in people can help increase their feelings of self-esteem and social belonging, encourage psychological growth, and even make them act more charitably. So rather than being a cause of mental distress, nostalgia can be a restorative way of coping with it. For instance, when people experience negative emotional states, they tend to naturally use nostalgia to reduce distress and restore well-being. Today, it seems that nostalgia is everywhere, partially because advertisers have discovered how powerful it is as a marketing technique. It's tempting to think of this as a sign of us being stuck in the past. But that's not really how nostalgia works. Instead, nostalgia helps us remember that our lives can have meaning and value, helping us find the confidence and motivation to face the challenges of the future.
I really like these TED Talk videos.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
They're so random. Like you get the strangest of here's my son.
You're so cute. Hi.
Does he look like me?
Yeah, he looks like you.
Huh.
He's so cute. Your mom said you can play guitar.
She says you can play guitar.
Yeah.
Does she actually said you didn't play well?
Yeah. He came to show me that he finished his car.
Wow. Is
So he made a Lego car.
Oh, I also have Lego at my home. Yeah, I like Lego very much. Yeah.
Do you still play with Lego?
Yeah, sometimes.
I find the instructions quite hard to follow.
Really? Why?
So I don't know. It might be too simple for me. I don't know, but sometimes I think, but yeah, I don't know. There's like there's just this block must go there, but then suddenly on the next page there's like a block that appeared out of nowhere. I'm like, and where did that one come from now? I don't know if our instructions are different in South Africa, but they don't always make sense to me. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, they're good. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Sometimes I just don't understand them.
I like
Yeah.
your car really much. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's cool. Yeah,
It says thank you.
you're
He's
welcome.
very shy. So what did you think of the video?
The feeling of being nostalgia, I think it's kind of great of being nostalgia because like it makes you it reminds you a lot of memory when maybe when I was young. Yeah, I really love. Yeah, if I went to my hometown because I moved to another city. Yeah, and so when I went back to my real hometown, when I see every building there, it just feel like wow, everything changed a lot. But it is still my hometown, and I just feel like feeling that I have finally have a belong. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good example, actually. We also, when I was younger, we also moved. Well, my parents have stayed in the same house for the last, I think, 40 years now. But if I go back to our previous house, I also feel very nostalgic, and I remember all the things that we did there as kids. And you'll see like the driveway where you learned how to ride your bike, or
Yeah.
something very little. So what other things do you think makes you nostalgic?
Maybe at the night. At the night, I always can think a lot. I don't know why. Because, yeah, maybe because people always have to work in the morning, but when you finally have the time that you can be alone, then you will think a lot. Like sometimes when I'm swimming, I also think a lot because it is only a conversation with myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Um, so yeah, I was looking up earlier um, things that make you feel nostalgic. And yeah, the first thing they said was music. Um,
Yeah.
are there any specific songs that you can think of that when you listen to it, it makes you
Yeah.
feel so nostalgic?
I can give you a lot of examples because I think a few days ago yeah, I actually talked with my younger sister, and we talked a lot like the song we listened when we were young. And actually, like when we were young, we actually have to, yeah, we have to perform a lot of dance, especially for the activity. This is like the activity which is held by school. And so every student in the school have to participate in this activity. So we have to dance with some music and with music which is very popular at that time. Like I think everyone know this song. It is a Korean song called Gangnam Style.
Oh yes.
Yes,
I know that song.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
it is. Is he a Korean? Is it a Korean one? Is it
Yeah, it is really unexpectedly like it
Oh,
is.
that one? That guy.
Yeah, this one, and I think maybe it is a decade ago, or maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah,
Really? Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah.
almost a decade. It's crazy, right?
It is.
But
It really
everyone
feels.
still remember it.
So what language does he sing in? I don't.
Korean.
Is that Korean? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks very different.
Yeah.
Can you understand that at all?
I don't understand it actually.
Okay.
Yeah. But people just love it. Also we don't know about it. And also like Despacito. And
Oh
it is so
yes.
well famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just,
I like that song as well.
yeah.
So at school, did you guys have to copy the dance of
Yeah,
the Gangnam
yeah,
Style? So
yeah.
you
We
guys had
have
to
to
dance like
copy that.
that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it is. But we actually have a lot of fun. And so when it comes to the songs, just everyone have the memories. Yeah, we have common. Yeah, just everybody has memory of that song, like Gangnam Style or any Korean song like BTS. I'm not sure if it's the song of BTS, but um yeah, one of the songs yeah, one of the Korean songs, it is really popular. It is called, I think this, yeah, I think the name is really hilarious. It is called Bam Bam Bang. Yeah.
Bam Bam Bang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
And that became very popular.
Yeah, because like the music, because the music just feel, yeah, the music makes people feel really excited. So that's why people really love to dance with this song. Yeah. Just everyone will become so excited. So it is, so most of the time people choose these songs to in order to perform, yeah, to the audience.
Yeah. I think this Gangnam Style became so popular because everybody tried to dance like him. And he like had his own, he like got his own he got his own
Yeah,
way of dancing.
yeah.
Yeah, my cat walked past. Like, do you remember the Macarena? Is it that one? Yeah. They also did their own weird dance that everyone learned how to dance to. Do you remember that song? Have you heard of it
Well,
before?
I actually don't know about this band, but I also remember the band called Queen. Queen.
Quinn.
Yeah.
How do you spell that? Like
Q
Q.
U E E N.
Oh, Queen. Queen.
Queen.
um, is it a dance?
No, they don't dance, but I think their music is quite familiar. And also the Beatles. Wow, I'm so old.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that they had a dance that everybody knew. Yeah,
Yeah.
Queen was very, very, very popular. And yeah, the Beatles as well, I think. Did you ever hear about ABBA?
Yes.
So I
Yes,
heard that
and
they're
they
huge.
also have a movie called Mamma Mia.
Yes, that's right. So now they've just released new songs.
Wow.
And they're in their 70s.
But people still love their song, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're in their 70s and they've decided to make more music, which is crazy. No, 10 new songs that they've just released.
Yeah.
And the first one of them is already on the top 10 in the UK.
Wow,
Which is crazy.
it is.
But yeah, I used to like listening to them as well. They were before my time, but I still enjoyed listening to them. Like my mom grew up listening to the Beatles, so then I also listened to the Beatles. But they're obviously like from the 60s.
Yeah.
What was your favorite band
I
when you
don't
grew up?
actually have favorite band, but I have some favorite songs. Yeah.
Okay, so not like from a specific group,
Yeah.
just songs. So when I was growing up, I really loved, this is so cheesy, the Backstreet Boys.
I
Yeah,
think I know them. Yeah.
these guys. They're like, I had their posters on my wall. And then I think they went solo. I think one of the guys decided to sing on their own. I can't remember. But it's, yeah, look at the weird hairstyles. It's
So
like,
nostalgic.
yeah, so if I listen to them, I feel very nostalgic. Like I will remember certain things when I hear a certain song.
Yeah.
Like there's this one specific song. I don't know if you know Macy Gray.
No. Maybe I can listen.
It's yeah. It's always easy to listen to the song instead. But I can't remember. I think it was called Try. Oh, there, I Try. If I listen to that song, if I just hear about it, it reminds me of my ex-boyfriend breaking up with me. Because it was the song that was playing over and over and over on every radio station, everywhere where you went, that song played. So it was playing in my car when I was driving home, and the next day and everywhere I went. I just couldn't get away from that song. So it just stayed in my mind the entire time. And I will always remember that. So it's not actually a very good feeling that I feel when I hear that song. It's also it's a very sad, nostalgic feeling, actually. Is there something specific that you can remember?
Wow, I actually really love. Do you know a movie called La La Land?
Yes. Yes.
So I really love the one of the soundtracks, which is called City of Stars. Yeah. So
Oh,
when I
yes.
feel really exhausted, when I feel really lonesome, when I am alone living in a city where my parents and the family live with me, and I would just start to play this song. Like only the story can accompany with me when I feel lonesome. Yeah.
It is a nice song. It's like a very upbeat kind of song, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's the one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, actually, while I'm here, I want to look at this. Is a Chinese musical instrument? Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Oh, so it would be those things, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it does. How big are they? Like, oh, okay, wait, I can actually see like over here. Yeah, here. So it is almost like a cello.
Yeah, a little bit like a cello. But I think I think it is just as Yeah, it is not really big. I think it is like its size is as guitar. It's not so big, but yeah, I admit that the instrument that I played is pipa, and it is really heavy for me. When I was 12 years old, it is quite heavy for.
Okay,
and
so that
Yeah,
one.
and my sister, she played Lilty, which is much smaller than Pipa. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I miss these so much. Like I miss the feeling of playing with a band. Just
Yeah, I do too. Actually, I used to play the flute in a band, well, our school band, and then we had drums, and then we had, I can't even remember. I think we had other people playing the flute. Yeah, it wasn't very big. I went to a very small school. Um, and I think there was somebody playing the guitar, oh, and a piano. Um, and I think the violin. Yeah. But so when I listen to some kind of some music, I always remember how we used to practice with the beats, and my teacher used to stand in front and she used to like clap it out, and then
yeah.
she'll like say, she'll point at you if you need to start, and then she'll go. And so I have that in my head still sometimes when I hear a piece of music, or if I'm trying to learn how to sing a specific song, then I try and figure out how long must I pause for before I start on the next word or the next sentence. um because especially with like new songs that I like,
Yeah.
then I'll play them over and over and over and over again, and then I'll learn the words, and I'll learn like the tempo of it, so that I know exactly when to say what. So I'm that crazy over trying to figure out how to sing it. But I only do it in the car by myself. It's like no one else hears me.
Yeah. Quite
So
private.
yeah, but I really like, there's a new song that I really like. Do you know the band Imagine Dragons?
Yeah.
You know them?
Imagine Dragon.
Got a new
Yeah.
song out. It's called Follow You.
Yeah.
That
That's
song
a
is so
nice.
nice. It is really, really nice. I can't get over it. I have to play it every day, over and over and over.
Been to
It drives,
listening. Yeah.
yeah, it drives my husband mad because he's like, why? It's like I have the one song on repeat, like just over and over and over and over. So every
Yeah.
couple of months, I find a new song that I will put on repeat. um, so, oh my cat's hungry, so he's bothering me. But see if he's in
What
there.
is his name?
George.
Hello, George. He's cute. I know.
So
I really love cats. I'm actually a cat person, and I told my mom that compared with dog, you don't actually have to spend a lot of time and money on a cat. So my mom actually agreed with me, but she told me that after me and my sister graduated from high school, or even I have a job, then she may have a cat, because I know she will be very lonely without our company. Yeah, I think.
I think so, yeah. I know I would be. I have four, and I could really do with more. I would love to have more, actually. And they all have their own little personalities. Like, we've got one that never comes into the house. She just wants to stay outside and catch rats and and birds, and she just comes in to eat and then she disappears. All right, for the rest of the day. I have no idea where she is. So, and then this one, George, he sleeps the whole day on my bed. So when I wake up in the morning, he's there and he'll carry on sleeping. And then when I come back into bed, he's still there. He only like wakes up to eat and go outside for a little while, and then he goes back to lie down again. They're all so different.
Yeah, I think he is a little bit cavey.
Yeah. He likes to be inside, I think. Anyway, it's raining here at the moment, so he will definitely not go outside. Whereas the other one, she's still outside in the rain, and so when she comes inside, she's soaking wet.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to bother her at all, which is kind of weird for a cat because they don't normally like water, I don't think.
As long as she doesn't mind it, it will be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have a garden?
No. Oh, what we have is only a flat. And yeah, I think like maybe because our land is really, it is not as massive as South Africa. So
Yeah.
yeah, we don't have any garden, but I wish I have. But I think I told you I have a black finger. I don't have any ring finger, not even one. Yeah. so
Yeah.
so yeah, I hope maybe my friend or someone who can accompany with me in my life, he or she can plant very, yeah, she has green finger. He or she has green finger and can plant a lot of beautiful flowers, trees, and so on. Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
Well, it's really not easy, actually. There's lots of things that I can't get to grow at all. But then there's like easy plants that you don't need to worry about too much. Those ones I can do. But so are you guys allowed to keep a cat if you live in a flat?
I wish my mom agreed with that. But for now she doesn't want to have any because I think, yeah, she is a teacher in junior high school, so she has to take care a lot of students. And actually I feel like they are too childish, just too crazy. And I think, yeah, and I think students nowadays they take everything for granted. So they are really hard to handle. Yeah.
What age group is that? That's junior high. We just have high
Yeah.
school. Junior
Junior
high
high.
would be
So it is like 12 to 15.
okay.
Teenager kids. Teenagers. So it is like a lot of argument and a lot of conflict with teachers and also parents.
Oh yeah. So does your mom go to the school or is she doing online teaching at the moment?
She goes to the school. Yeah, she
Okay.
gets vaccinated.
Wow. Yeah, I can only imagine. And is there one teacher in the class or is there more?
One teacher. One teacher
Okay.
in a class.
And how many kids are in her class?
Maybe 20 to 30.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah.
And
Really
is it
no
all
idea.
is it boys and girls together?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you have a lot of schools where it's just boys and just girls?
Yes, we have some of schools which only have boys and girls. Like in my, yeah, like some of the high schools which only have which only have boy students, yeah, which only have boys and which only have girls. But actually they are quite familiar high school. It's, it is really well known, and
Yeah.
the teacher there, it is, yeah, and the teacher there also teach students really well. So yeah.
Okay. So when you've got all the mixed girls and boys, I think it makes it more difficult even because
It is.
the boys try and show off to the girls, and then the girls like this one and they like that one, and
Yeah. Like I would think like if if the school is if the school which is for girls, then girls don't need to care about the opinion of guys.
yeah.
So and so it will have less conflict because of guys. I mean there's a lot of conflict of boys between girls. I mean, like, yeah, in girls group always have I like him, and so you cannot talk with him. You cannot, yeah, you cannot talk with him. You cannot have any physical attachment to him. You can't even talk. Yeah, I mean, this is, you can even sit beside him, like that, and it's like, okay, okay. Yeah. I don't know, this girl. And I don't know about boys, but yeah, I admit the fact that sometimes boys really like to show off. I don't know why. Just
Yeah.
but actually girls feel like, oh, that's it, and okay, this is nothing, so why just, yeah, why do you just show me such stupid, yeah, things or something else
Yeah.
like that.
Shame, your mom must be so tired then when she gets home.
Yeah, yeah, she is.
Oh. Also, I wanted to be a teacher when I was growing up. Yeah. So something I I should have done that actually. I think I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
shame.
actually, when I was, yeah, but actually, when I was young, my mom, yeah, the students were naughty, so they like to make fun of the teacher. So when I was, yeah, so when I was young, I saw a lot of teachers cried because of the student. And
Yes.
yeah, so at the beginning when my mom start she was starting to teach the student, and they were really naughty. So I think my mom, she even cried once, and I was really angry. So I scared all of the student, and I told them, who who make my mom cry, and I'm going to beat him or beat her. Yeah, no one can make my mom cry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
We you
every time I walk, yeah. So every time I pass by the classroom of my where my mother teach students, I would just lectured the student and told them you have to you have to pay attention to the class. Yeah, just stare at them.
Were
Yeah.
you ever in your mom's class as a
Yeah,
student?
I
Okay. Isn't that a bit weird?
yeah, it is because like most of the students will look at me and just want to want to know what I'm doing, and maybe just they want to annoy you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Um, does she teach like a specific thing, or is it
Yeah, she
all
teach
different things?
chemistry and yeah,
Wow.
chemistry.
So she can have accidents and blow things up. Wow.
Not really, but when I was young, she really liked to take me to the laboratory with and doing some experiments. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I hated chemistry when I was at school. I found it very
Really?
difficult. Yeah.
I think I hate math, especially.
Yeah, I hated maths and chemistry. Those are the top two that I hated. And then you had to learn that whole periodic chart of all the different gases,
Yeah.
I think, minerals. I can't even remember what it was. Oh, my cat. His tail here. And I couldn't remember all of that, and it was difficult. I wasn't a very good student though. I wasn't interested in school. I didn't study. So
But at least you try your best to study. See.
no, I didn't try my best.
Okay. But I think that I think during my student life, I think I like Chinese and English the most. I don't know why. I really love language. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah, I just always find something really interesting when I am studying Chinese. Like some of the words and some of the history, which is yeah, some of them are really intriguing. Yeah. And actually I try to teach a foreigner. He is one of my friends. And when I was in high school, I actually tried.
He's still there. Hmm. You there? Hmm. I think she's gone away. That's weird. She dropped away. Oh well. Oh, it's come back.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Technical problem. Yeah.
Oh well,
So
it is the end lesson
yeah.
time. So I think there's something wrong. I don't know. The Zoom updated yesterday or the day before yesterday. I can't remember. And I've noticed a few things that are wrong with it. Like there's certain things missing, and yeah, some of like the pictures don't work. I don't know. I think the new update is not very stable. So yeah.
So I think it's time. Yeah. And you have to feed your cat, George, because it is like wandering off and telling you, I want to eat, just giving me some food. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't leave you alone until you feed them. They'll
Yeah.
all like follow me around wherever I go. So, well, thank you for coming today. Then
No problem. Yeah.
hope to see you again next week then.
Okay.
Okay. Enjoy
No
the rest
problem.
of the week.
Okay. Bye, Alan.
Bye.